What's up everyone, this is CyberKnight 8610 and today we have our Yugioh Arc-V episodes 72, 73, and 74 reviews and discussions for you guys. Yeah, I know, I'm a little bit behind again. That always happens. I'm on time on one and then all of a sudden I just, lose all credibility after 3. I'll try to get, I know, the broken promises. I'm not going to say it this time. Well, hopefully we'll do better. I don't know. I'm awful at keeping these on time. I don't like having schedules, as you can tell on my channel. I'm awful at keeping them. But anyway, what happened on these? Well, first off, I almost had episode 74, the one that aired this week. It's a separate video. I had like one comment say that I probably should too, but you know what? I was thinking since I'm so far behind, I need to just have them all together because a lot happened on that. So we'll get to that one here in a second. But let's start off with 72. So we have Yugioh versus Saratari. Of course, what do you think is going to happen on that? You got to have Yugioh for going against Yuya later on, which I'm looking forward to that. But a little bummed out. I mean, I like both those characters. Probably two of my favorite characters in the series. So, I'm not trying to hate on either one. But I was really hoping for Saratari to win. Just because, man, he's kind of more of the comic relief character. It was kind of funny that he's turned into that because he was kind of like the mean character at the beginning, the bully, and now he's the comic relief. So it's kind of funny on that. I'm hoping we're going to see him in the future get better and maybe end up winning some kind of hero moment. Give him at least one hero moment. And I want to see more of the cards that he used anyway because, and if they're worth printing, actually print them because they look kind of interesting. Or I was kind of hoping maybe he'd go back to Yosenju's. Either way, I'm fine with that. But, yeah, unfortunately, he loses to Yugioh. And then, of course, we have this whole thing, too, where Yuya and Yugioh kind of do like that, I don't know, I think there's a word for it. I'm not really sure if it's official, though, or whatever. But I'm just going to say some kind of mind fusion thing going on because Yuya is like, he's actually dueling at Saratari, even though he's in his room. So he's like seeing through his eyes and everything, and they're both like drawing cards at the same time and everything. So it's a pretty cool kind of foreshadowing that eventually I guess that they'll kind of fuse together like what happened with Yuto. And it's kind of interesting to see that. I don't know. It was a pretty cool match, and it was more like a lifelike match, I felt like, even though they're on motorcycles, of course. But the way Yugioh actually like did a lockdown, it kind of reminds me more of the meta and everything too, because he used like that Vanity's Fiend that's for dragons, which the name escapes me at the moment. I did an opening recently, so like I don't remember any of the names of all the stuff because they're all mixing together on some different openings I've recorded before this. But yeah, I don't remember the name of it, but it was kind of more realistic, I feel like, because there was lockdown. That seems like what happens in real life when you're actually dueling. And Saratari put up a good fight against him too and everything too. Like they both did really well, but Yugioh has to win. I mean, it's just that simple for the story. So that ends up happening, and of course Saratari gets sent to the underground. After that, with 73, okay, we get to see a little bit of the underground. Basically, what happens is you have to duel your way back up to the top. So there is a way for you to get back. You don't have to always be underground. And so that one guy that we see at the beginning, the one that was talking to Dennis and Gogensuka, he's back. Another one of the names that escapes me. I know, there's too many names. There's too many characters in this series. I'm awful at names as it is. I don't remember his name, but he's like the guy that, he looks like a pimp, basically. I mean, he has all kinds of jewelry and everything. He talks about how he has a deal worked out with the commissioner that we have, that's kind of been the bad guy that's always playing chess and everything, leader of the security. They kind of help each other out. He helps him get stronger duelists. And then he makes sure he doesn't get caught for his underground dueling. Just kind of plain and simple. He gets a lot of money from it and everything too. And so yeah, we kind of get a backstory on that. And also that we know that this commissioner, he ended up just showing up one day. Had like some kind of technology that security wanted, the counselors wanted and everything too. So, yeah, they went ahead and hired him. And that's just kind of simple. It's not shady at all. I wonder what dimension he's from, right? I mean, come on. It's kind of funny until when they're setting up. But there's something really cool about that in the next episode, which I'll get to here in a second. But anyway, we get to see, of course, evidently there's like this one guy. He was evidently a really mean bad guy in jail and everything all the time. And I guess he's like under mind control or something to the chief of security. And his name is Sergey. I actually remember his name on there. And he's doing against this one guy that's kind of an unnamed guy, just kind of a fodder character, I guess, really, because again, has no chance. Obviously, he's winning at the beginning. The other character, but Sergey ends up just destroying him. We didn't get to see, I don't believe, any of his cards in that. There was like I think they had like a spoiler thing that I got to see a few of his cards. I'm not gonna go into that though until we actually see an episode with it. But looks pretty cool. I mean, he's kind of the new bad guy. He's like huge too. He reminds me of Bomber whenever he had like the D-wheel with like giant wheels and everything, or Greiger, I guess, I think was the English dub name for him. But yeah, it's kind of the same idea basically. He's kind of, I guess, that character for this dimension, sort of. Or that's what it reminds me of. So that ends up happening, of course, and then with 74, the bigger episode, I would say, and that is Dennis versus Shun. So we finally get to see a lot about Dennis, kind of learn a little bit more about him. I'm thinking the next episode we're going to have a lot more info on him, about who he's really with and everything, but a lot of stuff happens in this one. So first off, we see that they end up dueling against each other, and we see Dennis actually draw polymerization. So yeah, that's that's kind of obvious then what dimension he's truly from. We kind of knew it anyway, of course, because he was friends with Yuri and everything too on that. But yeah, it ends up that, of course, he actually has polymerization in his neck. I was kind of wondering on that. So I'm still wondering if he was kind of a spy, like in the XC dimension, kind of like what the chief of police or security is kind of doing for the Synchro dimension. Maybe it's that kind of idea. Don't really know. But anyway, Shun knows what he's doing and everything. He's thought that he was that way for forever. He's like, no one duels like that unless they've been in a real battlefield, because the way they have to duel, they take it way more seriously because it's a life or death thing. So that ends up going on, and then we have Shun doing his normal stuff with the Raid Raptors, ranking them up and everything, which is pretty cool. And then, of course, Dennis is pretty much playing like normal. I mean, he goes with his XC monsters. His first turn, though, he's able to bring out that like shadow XC monster, like 3 of them that can, I think 2 of them could attack twice. And then he has Trapeze Magician, and I think that was really once. They might have had another like effect monster or something, or pendulum monster as well, because he's able to pendulum summon and just bring out all these monsters. It was almost enough to end up winning the duel, but of course Shun is able to turn things around for him. Basically gets rid of the Shadow XC monsters, and he has it. So he has a trap card where he needs to get rid of Trapeze Magician because he equips to it, and then if he destroys Trapeze Magician, he gets to see his opponent's hand. So you can tell that he knows that there's something going on. He wants to see a polymerization is in Dennis's hand. So basically the whole mission is to destroy Trapeze Magician. I think it's like a couple of turns later on, he finally gets Trapeze Magician. It takes him a while, but he finally gets it. Dennis is like trying to save it and everything. He even is able to, Trapeze Magician even grabs an action card for him and helps him. So I think it's the first time that's happened too. I was kind of thinking about like a monster actually getting an action card for the Duelist. I don't think we've seen it. Of course, we've seen Yugioh ride, his monsters and get action cards, but I've never seen one actually grab one, so that kind of brings up a whole different thing that can happen in one of these duels. But, or that's the first time I've noticed it. Maybe there's no time. You guys can tell me, of course, in the comments. But, so that ends up happening. He sees the hand finally of Dennis, and he sees polymerization. And then we get to see, basically, the true Dennis on that. So he uses that. He gets, like, another fusion card. I don't know what the name is. I forget. I don't know if they even really said, if I remember correctly, but you basically discard polymerization. He gets to bring all his monsters back, his XC monsters, and then it made it so they were the Ancient Gears. So, which was kind of a bummer. I was hoping for him to have different monsters, but we see the Ancient Gear monsters that we've seen before, all of them together. He like fuses them together as well using that card, and it makes like a giant like Ancient Gear Golem. I forget the exact name of it, but it's huge. It's like, it reminds me of like the Sleeping Giant card that was in 5Ds, where you had to like get rid of so many normal monsters or something. It's like that. It's like just a giant like God card sized monster, and evidently Shun remembers it from when the XC dimension was attacked. So it's really cool. Don't know what's affected. I think it was 4,500 attack, if I remember correctly. And then, of course, in the preview, you get to see Sora. So, that's pretty awesome. So I guess Sora will be returning after this. I wonder if I think Dennis is going to end up losing against Shun. I mean, I don't know what's happening. I'm not spoiling anything, because I don't know. I could be completely wrong on this, but I think what's going to happen is Dennis is going to lose, and that Shun will end up going against Sora again somehow. Because, I mean, Sora's and Shun are going to be the ones that really need to go against each other, besides Dennis taking that away from him. So, I can't wait to see the next episode. I think it's going to be pretty awesome. And also, something, too, that I mentioned before that I thought was really cool is how Rigi is talking to the counselors and everything. And, of course, the counselors were asking him, how could you let somebody in the Lancers who's from a different dimension? That's what Rigi was saying. He thought that was likely to happen, that someone would infiltrate it. That's what he was saying. You should probably think that someone would try to do that to you as well. And I thought that was kind of a really cool moment in the series. I don't know, it's just kind of simple, like, sentence, but it was like kind of like, you can't really point fingers. Like, this dimension is really screwed up in the Synchro dimension. They should probably look into people they just invite on their team and everything, too. So it ends up kind of pointing that, of course, the chief of security is, they're finally kind of realizing, or maybe, hopefully they're thinking that he's a bad guy now. I don't know. I guess we'll have to probably wait a little bit and see if the counselors figure it out or not. But, yeah, I just thought that was kind of a cool moment, and they're just kind of a quick, like, sentence or two in the series, and I thought that was really, just really cool part of the episode. But yeah, tell me what you guys think about this. Did you enjoy these episodes? Did you not enjoy them? For me, the newest episode was amazing. I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing the next episode and seeing what happens on Dennis. Like I said, I don't really think he's going to win, but we'll have to wait and see. Seems like all the Lancers are kind of losing and everything too, so I'm hoping that Shun will end up winning and make it a little bit further in there. I kind of would think it'd be cool if he went against Jack, but I'm sure it will be, of course, Yugioh versus Jack at the end, but yeah. Just tell me what you guys think on it. I think it's going to be awesome, and can't wait to see what else they're going to end up doing, especially seeing Sora return. So hopefully he'll actually have a bigger part in it, not just kind of be in the crowd for a long time, and hopefully we won't have to wait, you know, like several episodes before we see him again. So yep, hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, thank you guys for watching, and of course, I will catch you guys later. See ya. Hope you guys have enjoyed my latest video. Be sure to subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh videos, as well as check out my other two channels, CyberKnight Games for Let's Plays, and also CyberKnight CCG for Cardfight Vanguard openings. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. See ya.